Hmm?
A whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here on this plastic, God take breath from me. I'm sipping this hand and eat this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and it's stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper saved my life. And that shit can save tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Nigga, dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons. I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choke. Gave him the ball and nigga they choke. Tables turn, that nigga you broke. My little nigga don't follow no code. No code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I see your dead homie, yelling company. VMG gang, and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate. Niggas do silly shit, we get the drilling shit. Guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the Highlander. Don't take no slander. Don't take no slander. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but when you gon' go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder for hire. You killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons.
What's good, everybody? What's good? I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody is doing great. Make sure you check out the Atlas Family Store. The Atlas Family Store is in full operation. You can get a lot of stuff at the Atlas Family Store. Make sure you stop in. I will drop the link. But let's see what's new at the Atlas Store as we go on to drop the link before we start today off. Let's see what's new. Let's go over there. Once again, you can get stickers. You can get this stuff right at the Atlas Store if you like what we do over here. If you want a reminder of laughter, reminder to smile, get you some stickers, right? You can get some criminal stickers. Catching criminals, Atlas Family, established 225, right? You can get you some stickers, get you some Ralph DaWise stickers, right? Get you some Ralph DaWise stickers. Get you some Love is Love undies, ladies. Love is Love undies. Love is Love undies, ladies. Beautiful, right? All right. Get you this nice little Atlas Wives sweater. Beautiful. It's nice. Yes, it is. Get you some socks. You know what I mean? Get you some socks. Get you a pair of socks. You know, very nice socks. Very nice socks. Okay. And you know, get you a little shirt that say Manipula Dip. Don't forget the Manipula Dip shirts. Get you the Manipula Dip shirts. All right. Get you a something ain't right shirt. Get you one of these. Something ain't right. Okay. So yes, you know, get you a blanket. Don't forget the blankets, the nice cuddle blankets. Nice cuddle blankets. Atlas Sister Wives cuddle blankets look very beautiful right there. And we got the family blanket too. Atlas family, right? Atlas family. All right. So yeah, so we branching. We branching. So I'll drop that link for everybody to go check it out. We also have giveaways. I think we might be doing another one tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. She Paints wants to do a giveaway. So She Paints wants to do a giveaway, so we might do a giveaway tomorrow. So yeah, that'll be great. And yeah, so yeah. So let's talk today. Let's talk today. Today we're gonna get into, you know, different variations of forms of what is, always was, and always will be. Life is one big stage, okay? Life is one big stage, and we have to stay out of these low vibrational agendas, especially right now with the vibrational frequencies changing, the crystals being affected by the allegedly by the northern part of the, you know, let's just say, you know, America is vital right now in this whole program that we see going on right now. All right. So we're looking at different variations of awakenings, right? Uranus rules this sky right now. Uranus is the planet that rules the Aquarius sky. So when it comes to your Uranus, let's get into a different variations of knowledge about that. And that's the planetary energy that's coming in right now. Like Uranus comes with two energies. One is a Lilith energy, the other one is a humble sun. Another name for Uranus is called the heaven planet or the son of heaven. So these are the names of Uranus. There's a lot of energy coming in from Uranus. This is why I say it's very important to stay in a peaceful mind right now. You have a lot of people playing games in this world, and they're going to try to put you in frustration, put you in argument, put you in aggravation. You know, you have to do with inside yourself what is right to stay within a peaceful notion of oneself. Remember, you are just one vessel. Anything outside of you is considered to be your neighbor, and you should honor thy neighbor, right? So everything outside of me is my neighbor. I honor my neighbor. My neighbor's good. Love is love, so on and so forth, right? So you got to be different. You got to be careful for people trying to play different variations of lures, right? People pulling you into this or pulling you into that. You got to be careful for that, right? So, but we are live on two different pages on TikTok and two different pages on YouTube, and we're live on Twitch. So we're broadcasting in 5 different directions at the same time right now. We're on Energy Atlas, we're on Atlas, and we're on Energy Atlas 111, and we're on Energy Atlas on YouTube. So we're pushing this level of knowledge out always, always.
During the Uranus alignment in late January, the rotational axis shifted in the Uranus planetary core, and when it was being moved into another position in the timeline, this functioned like an aperture opening through which a massive beam of solar light passed through, and this event activated several dormant organic interdimensional rainbow arc portals connecting directly into the Uranus planetary core. As a result, the previously damaged and inoperable sections of the Uranus-Gruel stargate were rehabilitated, merging with the 9D layers of the universal Antikarana rainbow currents of the founder solar rishis. These vertical lines of the universal anticorona were woven into its inner core portal system all the way into the parallel matrix of Andromeda, whereby legions of solar dragon kings and fatherly solar rishi began to ride this solar stream into our universal time matrix. Solar rishi travel through centripetal and centrifugal force. Thus masses of solar dragon rings spanning into orbital positions in the enormous size of planets began to appear and station themselves around the solar system, along with the indication they are here with the Cosmic Father's Ruby Templar as the universal Christ red rose energy signature which appears to be flooding into our system.
We don't want that page back. If
These
that
momentous
page,
events in Uranus sparked a...
Listen, if that page comes with those people, we don't want that page back. Let them have it. You know, they play this game of manipulation and so on and so forth. Who's got to kiss whose ass? Whatever the case may be, we're good. We don't need it. We don't need that page. You know, we're better without it. So, however you look at it, we still operate on 2 pages. We got a backup page already operating. We on Energy of Atlas and we on Energy Atlas right now. We still on 2 pages. We're on 5 pages right now. They didn't do anything. We're on 2 pages. Go to TikTok. We're live on 2 pages right now on TikTok at the same time. We're live on 2 pages on here on this at the same time. They didn't stop anything. They tried to push my name out the algorithm, which is Ralph DaWise. So they attacked the Ralph DaWise page so nobody can find Ralph DaWise. And then Maggie started using the name in her title. So now when you look up Ralph DaWise, guess what pops up? Maggie's content pop up when you look up Ralph DaWise. Ain't that ironic? That my page being gone benefited Maggie. Wow, how is that possible? But she don't have nothing to do with that. It's the algorithm. But we are trending though. The name Ralph DaWise is trending. A lot of people used it already. A lot of people started using it. So the name is trending. A lot of people looking it up. You know. And shout out to all the people that's still shouting out Ralph DaWise, even though they, attacked the page. Shout out to all the people that's still shouting out Ralph DaWise. You know what I'm saying? They made it possible for the name to get its own algorithm. Ralph DaWise now has its own algorithm because of this game that they play. And we didn't even ask for it. That's what got them so mad, is that we can create a wave. You know, we could create a wave. They can't create no wave like we do. We create a wave for this. I gotta check something. What is it? All right. No, the only reason why this page came up now is because I'm live, right? The only reason why this page come up now is because when I'm live and you type in Ralph DaWise, it'll show you the live, right? Hello?
Yes, this is Mr. Boss. Building.
Give me a second.
Give him his schedule. Show him around.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That was a school call and I had to take that phone call. Don't worry, everything got messed up. We had to end 2 lives on TikTok because I couldn't have TikTok listening to the conversation. Yeah, you got to ride the bus tomorrow, but I'm going to try to get you a ride because I like to drop you off on the first day, so I'm going to try to get you a ride. I know, that's why I said I'm going to try to get you a ride. Duh. Let me figure that stuff out, my boy. All you got to do is show up. That's all you got to do. Because they got testing next week, and I got to get you back in there for this testing. Or they going to say, I'm a bad dad. Nobody wants to be a bad dad. They already trying to tarnish my name, and I got to do all of this because they done forced me to move. AT2, what's going on with you? Let me drop the link. You done got me in some shit. You know how you keep. I told your ass. I told your ass. And you still went and got me in some shit.
Well, no cotton law.
You might still be. You might just have to go Thursday on the day off. Easier that way. Maybe. Let me figure it out, bro. Let me figure it out, bro. Dang.
You know, I'm curious.
Curiosity did some stuff back in the day. All right, so listen, when y'all hear people talk about like draconian and Draco and stuff like that, the draconian, this is what they're talking about. This is what they're talking about right here, right? This is what they're talking about. The Draco constellation, the myth of the Draco, which is the dragon. Sophie, this goes back to Typhon, which is one of the gods. This goes back to Olympian gods, so on and so forth. So, this is what this information goes back to, this knowledge. It goes back to the body, right? This is the body. This is Christ. This is the beat, not Christ, but the man. This is when it talks about the four beasts of man, this is that. This is the, four beasts. This is one of the four, so on and so forth. So this is part of that. I'll drop the link again. Um So this is the story. Like these storylines that's happening right now, this is all that. We'll get into the story of Typhon and how it works with the universe and the shadow world and so on and so forth. But let's back out and let's talk about the Draco. This is the Draconian constellation. It went to war with the Lyran constellation over the, different variations of um manipulations of mankind. Hold on, we got somebody at the door. What's going on with you, Sandra?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk long because I know somebody else gonna come up. But did you know somebody named Mary? And she has a whole thing about me and uh I forgot her name right quick. But yeah, they have us in the picture, and she's talking about us as like we in a cult.
Yeah, what can you do about that? See, once you start pointing out these different variations of cult-like tendencies, these people, this is how they
Yeah.
shift it to somebody else. It's called, pushing cosmic blame, right? You'll see these different
Mhm.
people, they'll push and shift the blame with electronic transaction talk, so on and so forth. They're pushing the blame on other people, but because that's the stuff that they're into, right? Remember, we've been pointing this out since December. So of course they're
Right.
going to come and try to make it seem like we're in the cult. I mean, ain't that why the knot was coming over here saying we're the culture, right? So
Yeah.
that's something that they keep playing on when it comes down to this, right? They're forming these different groups that are cult like, but if someone comes with new free spirituality, they'll surely try to make it look like a cult. And they're fine to do that. We know what this is, and that's all it really about.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you bringing it to my attention. They brought it to my attention in Discord. We do have people that posted in Discord. So they did tell me in the Discord that somebody made a video saying that this is a cult. And because we talk
Yeah.
about chakra systems, moon stars, and quasars, I'm the devil. So if I'm Lucifer, I'm going to be the best Lucifer I can. And that's with love, light, and energy and freedom of thought. So however you want to look at this, we're just going to keep on moving forward with love and laughter. We know that these people are going to do this. That's what they do. But ask yourself this: all the nasty venom that Jaguar point out, they have never called her the devil. All the stuff that she
Right.
done came out and said out her mouth, they never once said that she was, a cult. So how can someone that actually operates like a cult not be called a cult, but someone who allows people the freedom of their own thought and space be called a cult? That's how you know that it's cosmic blame being shifted around. So as long as we don't let it affect us and we continue to operate, there's no guilt behind it. Someone wants to make you feel guilty about supporting us. Someone wants to make you feel guilty about coming over here. So they want to
Yeah.
throw that dirt in the air, that nastiness in the air. And that's fine. Those who take heed to it will take heed to it. Those who allow it to rub off will see the real who's who of this whole, YouTube thing. So that's all it's about. It's about, stepping out there and exposing those who really want to, sit in peace and those who constantly live in chaos.
Right. Right. I just hate that these people
Oh,
Can't see
chill,
it.
chill. We can't use words like that. See the word that you're using, that
Oh, you
verbiage.
can see it.
They're already trying to
Mhm.
make this seem like this is a certain page. So when you come up and you're using certain verbiage like that, it makes it look like that. We do not hate over here. We don't use
No.
that word. That we don't do that. So we could just take that word out the whole. But you
Okay.
dislike them. I get it. You dislike them.
Yes. What I say, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't mean that. I love everybody.
You dislike their actions and the things that they're doing.
Yes. Yes.
And that's understandable. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in this world with energies and people, and what they say, people moving out, people moving in because of the color of the skin. Run, 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 'cause you can't hide. You know what I mean? And now
Right.
for
Right.
nine, two for two. Vote for me and I'll set you free. Rap on, sister. Rap on. You know?
Right.
So all you gotta do is get a little sister act in you. That's all. When all this stuff is said and done, just get a little bit of sister act in you.
Right. Right.
All you can do is laugh. They want you to be disturbed. That's why this is a social experiment. You know,
Yeah.
one thing I come to realization is when someone is more concerned whether you're disturbed by something, you have to look
Hmm.
at it, differently. I once was in a situation where um literally somebody was like in a physical altercation with one of my friends, and I stopped one of my friends, and I was looking, and this person ran into the room because the fight took place in the living room, and I
Hmm.
broke it up, and I'm like, bro, what is you doing, bro? And the woman that was involved, she ran into the room, and I closed the door. And then
Hmm.
I'm out there talking to him, like he done ripped my shirt and shit. I'm out there talking to him. I'm like, bro, chill out, bro. What if she gonna call the police? Like, you can't just be doing this. This is like, you know what I mean? And the fact that
Right.
you did, so I'm arguing with him. But when I go back in there to open the door to check on her, she's got a smile on her face.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And
I
that
got
always
it.
struck me as odd right there. I never mentioned it to her. I never said anything to her, but it struck me odd. Like, why the freak is she smiling?
Right. Right. Right.
So it gave me
Mm-mm-mm.
a certain level of understanding of this world, of people in this world, how people operate in this world. It gave me a level of understanding for that. So, I now see like how people operate. So I don't take out the operation of low vibration. Like, these people want you to think that they're good people and look at
Right.
them like, they're good. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just a great
Hmm.
person. Don't you think I'm a great person? You don't think I'm a great person, right?
Yes.
But then they sitting there judging the hell out of you. They telling
Right.
you like, you said this about me and you should be, you know what I mean? Like, literally
Right.
I had to, and there's no hard feelings about nothing, you know what I mean? But I damn near had to apologize to somebody 4 or 5 times because I
Mm.
was defending my Discord, defending what our operation over here or whatever. And because I was defending that, you know, I had to,
Right.
apologize so many times about stuff, you know what I mean? And to hear
Right.
people make it seem like they don't care, like, come on, we all care. We all out here
Mm.
caring, you know what I mean? And the thing about caring is simple. Like, we should care for one another. Somebody's trying
Yes.
to tell us we shouldn't care about one another. And that's the weirdest shit ever. It's like they want you to they're picking and choosing what it is that you care about, what it is that you fight, right?
Right.
You watch these same people tell you stuff like Black Lives Matter, and the same people tell you like you shouldn't be fighting a black woman, or you shouldn't be fighting as black people, or you should. And then it's weird because those same people that's telling you that, they also
Yeah.
telling you don't worry about them, they'll be okay. Which one is it?
Which one is it? Right.
That's why I don't let people play in my face. It's a social experiment. It's all one big social experiment, when you think about it. You know, look at the look at everything that just took place within the last 2 weeks. There's a lot
Right.
that just took place within the last 2 weeks, even
Yeah.
with the whole, situation with certain entities on the application, right?
Hmm.
When you're looking at how things took place with certain entities on the application, you got to think what made it take place like that.
Right.
Because according to what they say, they don't worry about lower lower numbers.
Hmm.
But obviously something that we're doing over here is dramatically changing the algorithm.
Yes.
It's changing the algorithm fast. Like it's literally like nobody can understand it, but everybody is like hating on it. Hold on. AT2, what's up with you?
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Why you sound sick?
No, it's still morning for me. That's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. It is 10 o'clock over there, ain't it? Y'all just now
Yeah.
wiping sleep out your eyes. Wiping sleep out your eyes.
Yeah, I've had to wash my face, brush my teeth. So, yeah.
Why you do that damn in it? Why you do that damn thing like that, man? Got Maggie talking about something. I'm beefing with her because AT2 said that I was.
What I do?
Man, she
I don't
talking
know
about
what I
something.
did.
It's because you reviewed the whole Maggie thing. So now she reviewed what you reviewed. So now now she like, so when I dropped out, you had said yeah, Ralph dropped out because he's sick of your ass. He tired of your shit.
Wait, did I say that?
Yeah, you said that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yo. I didn't mean to
Yeah.
say it like that. If I said it like that, but yeah. I mean, I listen. I was telling my truth. I'll say
I mean,
that. I
that's
was
what I was trying to explain to her. I'm trying to explain to her, like, look, that he's letting them know how he perceived the situation to be, and that's how he perceived the situation to be. And
Right.
even when I tried to go into further detail, and I was like, and based off of how things went, with the too strong situation and how you're picking and choosing, like what you are wanting to get upset about or what you do want to address is looking kind of suspicious on the things that you are you know addressing, and then what you're not addressing. It's like, do you want it? Like, I don't know, like,
right. But here's the thing: like everything that I was talking about, she literally said in that video, and I was just pointing it out. Like she said, like I just want my money. I don't really care. I'm not a. I don't care if people talk about me. I'm not emotional and all this other stuff. And I'm all like, wait, who is this Maggie? But that's who she always been. Like as long as you're giving
well,
her money,
you say as long as you give her money, what?
as long as you're giving her money, like that's all she care about. She didn't like y'all was trying to let her know. You and Golden was all like, "Oh, this is this is being said about you. Then this person is using your platform, coming over." She didn't care about none of that.
Well, due to the fact that I know that you're going to review her content today because she called you all types of bees and stuff like that.
No, it was 4 hours long. I'm not watching that video. If you want to talk about AT2, you got to put it in short form, not long form. Y'all know I
Make a
don't be
clip
watching
and
them long
tag you
ass
in it.
lives. You got to put it in short form, not long form.
I know that's right.
Somebody
But
send me the cliff notes.
it was forever how long she took reviewing your video. I'm just like, but this is it was kind of weird because it's like, if you really stand by what you said, then you shouldn't even care that 822 said anything about you, right?
Yeah.
She shouldn't have cared at all because she just now said she don't care what people say about her.
Yeah.
Right. AT2, and that's why I left. If she like it, I love it. No more I can say. I only cared about her. Yeah, and like I
Golden, you
felt bad
coming
for
up?
Golden too.
Golden, you want to come up? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like me and Golden wasn't sitting up there. Like she wasn't. I don't know. Like Golden could speak for herself, but she wasn't really playing in my face. I understood exactly what was going on, and that's how she felt about herself, and that's cool. Okay, I'll step back now that I see that you don't care about your own feelings and emotions. Let me step back and stop being so, you know what I mean? That's why I say
Yeah.
like Golden said, like, go ahead, Ralph, you can, protect me and take, stand for me. Cool, I got you. What's up? Who want war? I got all your ones, when it comes to this. You know what I'm saying? But you're not about to have me fighting and then you stepping back and acting like you don't understand why I'm fighting. Nah, like I'd rather fight for somebody that understands, like, hey, I told him to step in there. Well, you know what I mean? Like, because that's like you putting me in altercations with people, and then when it comes down to it, you're like, what? I didn't do nothing. I don't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
Right.
Uh-uh.
And,
That was
and,
your
and also it was the fact that she was like, oh, so you want me to go look at the content? I can put this person on trial. We don't need no trial. They're just letting you know, like, hey, this person said this and that about you. But you're like, oh, well, if we want to put them on trial, we can put them on trial. And it's all like, what do we need a trial for, lady?
right. Like we're not, I don't know, but that's why I say, like, that's how she wants to, and I respect that. Okay, boom, that's what you doing over here. But I don't need no trial of the not. I'm not trying to. I don't want to judge him. I don't care what he's. You know what I'm saying. I'm pointing out the fact that this how he treating somebody on the back end and drag that. I'm stay. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And if
take
you're
out
saying you're cool with it, okay, I can't do nothing more.
exactly for the people that's not cool with it. Let me holler at them and protect them. For the people that's cool with it, make it Wayne, make it Wayne.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's why I say, like, that's all that I need to understand. Like I understand, like, now that I know, like, this is how you don't mind being treated. Okay, cool. I thought
Right.
I thought you was unaware, you know what I mean? So
Right.
you
If
you keep,
somebody is stabbing me in my back and then you tell me, I would appreciate it. I'd be like, oh, thank you for letting me know. Literally,
because
she was all like, oh, I don't care.
but yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. That's the same thing that, you know what I'm saying? If you think about it, like, that's why I say, like, this is weird operation, because that's the same thing that Dunkin' Donuts put me in, right? Dunkin' Donuts put me in a situation like that where, like, you know what I'm saying? I started, going there to get my coffee and stuff like that. And then Dunkin' Donuts was like, hey, every now and again, if you want a free donut, don't be afraid to ask for one. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good. And then, I'll go in and get my coffee and they'll say it again. Hey, every now and again, if you want a free donut, don't be afraid to ask for one. You know
That
what I
sounds
mean?
good. I
And
want a donut.
that's what I'm saying. And then one day I went in there and I was like, hey, today's the day I want a free donut. And they was like, what you think this is? This ain't no place we giving out no motherfucking free. You know what I'm saying? Like, went straight nuclear on me. And then I'm like, what? So then I just, I realized what the bag was, and I escaped with one of the bags. So they dropped the bag, I picked it up. Dunkin' Donuts dropped the bag, I picked it up. You know what I'm saying? They dropped the bag, we picked it up. Moral of the story is, be careful. Be careful. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But yeah. I like I told her over there today, I said, look, we ain't got no problems with you. We don't got no quarrels with you. You said you don't care how people treat you and so on and so forth, and we gonna honor that. So no matter what we hear about you, we is not about to speak up for you. Not
No.
none of that shit. You ain't about to
Right.
put us in the fight for you, and you ain't trying to fight for yourself. I'm good.
And don't
So
come back later and say, "Oh, why are you guys not fighting for me?"
yeah, I gotta do a whole
Right.
No,
Right.
no.
I gotta do a whole too strong apology thing now. I gotta go apologize to Too Strong and shit. My bad, Too Strong. I didn't know. I didn't know that's how she wanted to be treated. My fault. Talk about her breastises. My fault.
Yeah, I'm all like, okay, well, if nobody cares, okay, well, that's what I told my chat the other day. I said, say whatever y'all want to say. She said she don't care.
Yeah, like I don't know, like now I'm still gonna, try to hold a level of respect for her. I know probably after she see you over here, I hope she don't call me a B or none of that stuff. But you know,
Ugh.
I'm still gonna, and we're still gonna try to hold a level of respect for her as far as the Atlas family goes. And I want to address one thing. She tried to say, Golden got a thing for me, or Golden got the hot
Oh,
for me, whatever the case may be. Now I want to say
Oh,
this. I want to
yeah.
say this. I can't speak for Golden. I don't know if Golden probably shouldn't address it because it's nobody's business. But if Golden do address it, then by all means let her address it. But I'm going to say this for myself. What two grown ass people do off of this app or whatever the case may be is nobody else's business. We not kids
right,
no more. This is on
Right.
some like, you know what I'm saying? Like some weird ass like Golden and Ralph sitting in the tree.
right. See, I
K-I-S-S.
didn't hear
We is
Right.
that
not
part.
little no more. What the like? What type of weird
Wow.
shit is that? Whether somebody got a crush on somebody, like somebody, want to kick it with somebody, like being around somebody, enjoy somebody
Yeah.
company. What the freak does that matter?
Right,
Even if
right.
somebody did want me to sling a ding a ling their way, what does it matter?
See, I didn't even hear that part. If I caught that, yeah, that would have definitely changed my perspective on a few things.
Because it's a
Yeah,
Hey
lot of
y'all.
that's
shade. Like we
really.
we play nice, but it was a lot of shade that was thrown before I
Yeah,
cleaned
that's
up
some hater
everything.
shit,
I caught it, but at the same time, we still gonna play it off. Like, listen, you were saying that under the pretense that we had a problem with you. We don't have a
Mhm.
problem with you. So everything you said under the pretense that we had a problem with you, we gonna erase.
Right.
Right.
What I have just learned in my life is a lot of time when females do that, it's deflection. So they may be saying it because maybe that's what they want and they feel.
So you saying you don't want me to sling a ling a ling?
I'm just
I'm
saying.
joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I
You
have
know,
just seen in
it's
my
okay.
life
It's okay.
that
Listen,
sometimes
it's
those
okay.
type of things
Not
is
all the
said
time. It's not all the time
because
you run across, athletic built, 6'5", size 13 boot. You know what I'm saying? You don't run across that often. That's you know what I'm saying? That's basketball level shit right there when you run across somebody, that's
Oh
still
my
keeping their,
god.
you know what I mean? You're like, what? Him's got potential. Did you see his arms, girl? He's got potential. So it's okay. It's okay. You know? What did they say? Everyone falls in love sometimes. I don't know about you, but it ain't a crime. What? Y'all know about that song? Beep, beep. Azima got the keys to the Jeep.
Vroom.
Y'all remember that shit? That summer,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
hey, that
Yeah,
summer was
yeah.
jumping. You can't
That
say
was the
it
main
was.
club song for sure.
Right.
Yep.
But
I wish
yeah,
I could have went to the club when that song was out. I was too young.
Right.
What up,
everybody.
AT2?
Nothing much. How you doing, Golden Queen?
Good. I ain't got no problems with you, AT2. He's talking about mad you punked us down. I was like, what is you talking
I'm
about?
surprised Ralph didn't say anything about my title.
Uh-huh. I seen it. I was like, oh, that's AT2 being
I
AT2.
was like, damn, AT2.
but
That's
she
why I
did.
said you
But she
starting
did
shit.
fuck y'all though. She was like,
That's
"Did
why I
you make
said you
that? No,
starting
I make
shit.
my money. I don't."
You know that shit. You
We
knew
got
that
up
was
out of
stirring shit.
there. Like, what can you do? I mean,
He
she
knew what he
already
was
made it
doing.
clear. I was just like, all right, cool. If you like it, I love it. I'm out.
See,
That's
Matty
it.
don't know. Like in the hood, those are some harsh things to say. But he knows. AT2
Mhm.
knows damn well to tell somebody that they got punked is like fighting words. That's instant. That's almost up there with a double dare right there. Like I got to go back and confront that shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, you got to go back. Yeah, somebody said I wasn't paying attention good enough. That you got some slide shit off. Did you punk me?
I triple dog dare you. Like, okay.
Yeah. Got to go back and correct this. He knew exactly what he was doing. He put it in the title too.
Yeah, I put it
Did
in the title.
Maddie punk them? Oh
I
my
said, here
God.
go AT2 doing AT2.
You know, I was just letting y'all know, like, hey, I'm here for y'all. I'm gonna stand up for y'all. If you didn't stand up for yourself, I'm gonna stand up for you.
Oh, AT2 to the
I
rescue.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Good looking out, man. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Need more
But it
people
was
like
all
that.
true.
Nah,
Yeah.
Magic gonna operate how Magic gonna operate, but it's just I think some people were saying that, the opportunity was there, thinking that she was in a different form of operation. And that could be, one thing coming out of a cult, right? Because that is your
Right.
practice of that type of rhetoric. Maybe she think that's the normal, they got her thinking this whole dozen thing is normal. They got her thinking like this is how we operate, this whole nastiness towards each other, this whole that's not it. Like I'm not and I don't want her to think like fighting and making up and fighting and making up is something that I normally do, so I'm not even about to normalize it, you know what I mean?
But
Right. It's
see,
like a
I don't
toxic
believe in the
relationship.
cult thing.
Well,
Because
it's
she
hard to
literally
believe in that.
knows what she's doing.
Is if someone's still operating the same way that they were operating when they was with the group, it's kind of hard to say whether they was. I see what you're saying. I can see your perspective on it.
Yeah, because she in yesterday in that video, she was all like, "Oh, we can put whatever his name is on trial like we did Ada," and it's all like, okay, now all of a sudden you have questions about things, and mind you, people have been pointing out the whole Ada story for a long time, but now that you're not cool with those people, now you want to call that like. But so here's my thing. It's like she had questions about stuff, and she knew certain things weren't right, but it wasn't until afterwards, or if it's beneficial to her, that's when she'll call it out. That's what I got from it.
If it fits her, agenda, then it's brought up.
Yeah, that's why she won't call out the other guy. And you guys were trying to warn her, like, hey, this is what's going on. And she was all like, oh, well, if you want me to put him on trial, I can put him on trial and all this other stuff. It's all like, it's not even about putting somebody on trial. Somebody's literally disrespecting you and you don't care.
Man.
Okay. Now,
Yeah, she knows. She's
now
not,
let's
oh,
say,
this is just a
let's
cult.
say the money and the numbers and the accolades plays a small factor in that, right?
Mhm.
Couldn't it also be a notion of her coming to the realization that, the knot's going to be the knot, and if I feed into it, or then it looks like it's bothering me, but if I try not to, then it's not bothering me.
No, I
No.
know, Ralph, you trying to find an excuse for it, but no, that's not what it
Okay,
is.
okay. If we being honest, if this was like a conversation in the Discord, then I got all types of shit to say about this, right? But due
Hmm.
to the fact that we are on a public platform, and I know they're going to review this because you're over here speaking on it, right? I still want to try to
Yeah,
stay in that neutral field, because she's looking
you're
to talk
right.
shit about me already. She's looking to be like, and F him, and I knew it, and I don't like him no more, and he's a B, and his sister wives this, and his sister wives that. And I just don't want it. Like, I'm over it. Like, we're moving into a new
Right.
sun.
Right.
I
Like,
believe you and Golden don't want an issue with her. I don't want an issue with her, but when I seen it, I was just all like, okay, I gotta call this out because she's literally saying everything in front of our face, and we're choosing to be all like, oh, well, she didn't mean it this way. No, no, no. She means exactly what she says.
I
Yeah.
know, and that's what's going to make that space hard for her to. I don't know that. In my opinion, people might, start venturing away from the space. I'm gonna, try to visit from time to time, and hopefully, she does great in that space that she's creating. Like she said, maybe the next thing that she get hyper fixated on might be something that people can really get to know her in with, maybe she can really build a brand around herself and start, coming out with t-shirts that people want. Sometimes you got to realize when it's a moment that you can take yourself serious. And I think we all have these moments where we can take ourselves serious and show the person that we want to be and not the
Yeah.
person that we was. And I think this is
Mm-hmm.
her moment to show who it is that she want to be as opposed to who it is that she was. And
Mm-hmm.
if she comes out still being that mean girl that she was, then I think
And
that's
that's
her
what I
natural
just be having
operation.
grace for. And I just try to give empathy to it and
Oh,
look
I
at it
gotta
in a
put
deeper
mods on the
level.
new page. I'm sorry. Is any of the mods over on the other page? I'm sorry, Golden. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just trying to get the mods on the other page. You were saying like that's what you were saying too. Is basically the
Yeah, like that's just how I see it now. Like I'm just trying to come at it on a deeper level, not just for myself, but for all involved. And it's just like, I'm looking at it like, sometimes in life, right? If you are perceptible to being in toxic relationships, right? And you're, okay with mistreatment, you have to get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to move past that. And so sometimes that could be the stage that people are in and they haven't fully gotten away from it yet. So some can get out of that sooner than others. Some may be still stuck and not understanding like how that can be detrimental for your peace and your well-being. So it's just like I just give grace to that type of stuff because I'm just seeing it through a different lens now and just trying to strive to be best version of myself and share the love and the peace and some of the lessons and stuff with others. That's it. But no, I don't hate anybody. I don't dislike anybody. But when people tell you, you know what I'm saying, like where they at with it and what they okay with tolerating, there's nothing more you can do. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to just keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
That's
Can y'all
true.
hear
You're
me?
right about that.
I'm sorry. I was adding some mods. Yeah, like so that's why I say like and I said this from the beginning, giving an opportunity and I say, and I told her, I said, hopefully, coming out of the days and getting through the fog, you'll start to find who it is that you truly are within all of this and then people can get to know you and who you are and things can happen like that. But the thing about that is like what if that's who they really are?
Right.
Yep.
You have
And
to
like you
respect
said,
if
it's a
that's
whole
who they
different
really are.
situation if this is who they really are, you know?
Right. Right.
Right. And I think it sucks because it's like you see windows sometimes of people where it's like you can see sometimes where she have moments where she's like really cool. She's dope. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
she seemed like she a cool person. And then you see windows where it's like, oh, okay, well, this energy is giving a little bit something different, but that's her journey in life that she's on. Like she's got to go through that, just like all of us got to go through our own journeys in life, And where we at sometimes is where we at, and you can just choose to meet people where they at. If that's something you can handle or tolerate, then you stick around. And if it's just something you can't, then you might just have to chuck up the deuce and cut it loose.
Right. You're right
Right.
about that.
And it's not like I hope once again, like we didn't create this, She kind of created this, in a sense, because if she didn't come into the equation, of us all like having this thing around Jaguar, which at least around some level of understanding, we all grew up in different variations of hood or, poverty stricken areas where we have a similarity of notion of how this sarcasm or, you know, variations of people's feelings and emotion goes to whereas though it's like we know that if somebody ain't fighting for their self, it'll look asinine or redundant for us to fight for them.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that would be like if you ain't fighting for yourself and I'm running around here, clothesline and drop kicking, body slamming, You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it ain't making no sense. It ain't making no sense. So I like to be cautious or careful with certain variations of what things like that because look at what's happening right now. Look at the whole that Michael dude that's sitting there in his thing with the axe and all of that weird ass shit, sitting there making them dark ass videos based off of Jaguar Wright, right? Because he got such a following for Jaguar Wright. Now he feel like he got to put together a list to go after people and so on and so forth. So these different
Mm.
things, like when you do have a page, you have to respect the following that is following you because you don't know the mental state that one of your followers might be in, right? They might be, you might be their idol, you might be, what I mean, the people fall and start idolizing other people real quick.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
have somebody like mine that ain't all the way there, they can literally go out and do something in favor of, just trying to
Right.
look for that,
Hmm.
so I respect, everybody's, variation of ways of operation on their page, think about
Mhm.
it. Somebody is, glorifying the fact that, his followers are attacking me or attacking my page and he's glorifying it. Like they like, I made 10 pages to strike all his pages, da, 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 da. So it's like he's glorifying that out, putting bounties out on pages, so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
that's
So
wild.
you got some people who are using these, platforms as a way to, I don't even know what to call it because I think it's like they throw it out there as if they're so disturbed, and then the rest of the people decide to act according to how they want, and then they get employed for it. Like,
Mhm.
whereas though on the other hand, it's like if you want people to operate with integrity, then you too should operate with integrity. If you want people to operate with, a level of respect towards your coin, then you should operate with a level of respect towards everybody else's coin. And like I say, like
Yep.
if you ain't respecting the bag that you getting and somebody else respect the bag that you getting and they end up with that bag, then sister wife it is, sister wife it is. Sister wife it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so childish. I am so childish. But that's why they love me. That's why they love me. I got that stamina. OP. Um, but no, regardless of how this operation works, some of it is for entertainment. But whenever you are getting to know people, whenever you're putting yourself out there, the best thing you could do is try to be your authentic self as much as possible. Because when you start to shift different variations of characters, you can lose yourself in those characters.
Right.
And a lot of actors find themselves losing themselves in those characters. Look at Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, he studied the Joker in that dark sense, that essence so
Mhm.
deeply,
Yeah.
tampering with the substances that he was using and so on and so forth, that look what
Yep.
it did to him. And you got
Right.
other people that ain't even make it to acting yet, that think that they doing the same stuff, writing these fraudulent scripts and stuff like that, thinking that
Oop.
they, doing it and showing out, they buying, bots and making it seem like they popular when they know they not. You know what I mean? Like, you know what
Not
I'm
the
talking about? Like
bots.
they out there. They out there. It's
Yeah.
happening. It's happening. You know? You
Yep.
got to
You're
be
right
very
about that.
careful. You got to be very careful out here, especially if you are a content creator, if you are like building, you got certain people who are determined to, make it seem like, you can't grow. You don't have the right to grow. You don't have the right to operate in their space, so on and so forth. So when
Yeah.
you know,
Or trying to take down somebody's platform. I don't understand
Right.
like
Right.
why
Yeah.
you want to take down somebody's platform. All you got to do is not watch. Don't
it's
watch
not watch exactly.
Right.
like this.
That's
Oh,
the
I need to
weird thing.
destroy
Like,
you. Like
Yeah.
somebody said they wanted to destroy me from the inside out. Like I don't even know what that means,
what
but
does that
okay.
mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm all like, what the fuck is
That on
the
some
Inside Out?
that's like Mortal Kombat, like finish him.
Finish him.
You know what I mean? Like
Mortal
somebody just jump in
Kombat.
your body, like Katana wins, flawless victory. What is that? What is that? Some stuff. This is why I say the world is one big stage, because that's the stuff that you used to see, like the wrestlers used to pre-prep. Like, you know how the
Yeah.
wrestlers, Roddy
Yeah.
Piper will come out there and be like, oh, what are you gonna do when the Hulkamania runs wild on
Yeah,
you?
doing their
And,
promos.
and
Yeah,
then they
I
go out there,
understand, but
and they perform adequately or whatever. Like
mhm.
that's given. Somebody said that they was gonna what does that mean though? Like, I'm gonna hold on.
It just seems like the stage has merged with real life, and that becomes dangerous. Like if you're gonna do something for show, or you gonna,
hold on. I gotta
perform.
hear this again. Hold on, let me turn it off.
You are a sick individual. You know that boy is obsessed with me, and you going over there praying on him to buy. You are so sick. Girl, I can show you the paperwork.
Is it echoing?
I make 2.5 times the amount of money now that I got rid of you out of my life. And when I get rid of him from the inside out, I feel like I'm going to go up to about $20,000 a month.
There we go. From the inside out.
And then the money.
But like, I don't even make $20,000 a month, so I don't know how that equated to destroying me from the inside out, and then I'm gonna get $20,000. Like, how did that equate to me? Like, what? I mean, I hope I get $20,000 a month. Well, I hope to get more than that, but I hope to get $20,000 a month.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, you better be careful. Shoot, he said from the inside out. He might got you mapped out. He might be selling pieces. He might got 5 for a kidney, 7 for a left nut. I don't know what the hell going on. You better be careful. He might be selling you. He might be walking away with you. He probably got you mapped out. Shoot, you already know what he about to sell. Arms and legs, arms and legs. As soon as I get rid of him from the inside out.
Yeah, from the inside out. I was all like, wow.
Piece by piece. This is crazy. People wielding weapons. Like, it's getting real dangerous out here.
Well, I don't know, AT2. You probably could solve all of this if you just apologize to him. He said you owe him an apology. I ain't never seen nobody go through all of this for an apology. You can help all of us out, AT2, if you just apologize.
Yeah, that would probably never happen.
Damn it.
Actually, it will happen on the 12th.
Oh, man.
The 12th
I don't know all the
of
histories.
never. The 12th of never. That's
right?
it.
I knew
February.
I knew it.
Y'all got a long history, AT2?
Here's the thing. I wouldn't even say like it's a long hit. Well, I guess it's been a couple of years, so maybe yes, but it's not even a thing where it needs to be an issue. It's literally everything that his own issues. Whatever
Like
he got
YouTube
going
stuff?
on, that's what he needs to resolve.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. You think Kelly could price this?
No, I don't think she could.
Or you don't think we should? This might be one of those Kelly Price moments, man. This might be a Kelly Price right here.
No. Like,
well, let me explain what I'm talking about first. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Maybe, y'all just need that one night. You know what I'm saying? As we lay, we forgot about tomorrow. As we lay.
Bro.
Definitely not.
He said
Definitely
that you got
not.
pictures of him and stuff like that. So obviously it was something that went on.
What do you mean something went on?
Okay, back in December when he was calling me or around that time, he said y'all hung out with each other and stuff like that.
One time.
You wanted him to pursue, like he didn't want to pursue, but you wanted him to come up and because y'all got drunk together or something like that, and you wanted him to
No, he tells this
hit,
made up
and he said
story
he
all
turned
the
you
time,
down.
man.
So
I
maybe
was
it's
like,
still that
come to my
one
room.
ride. Maybe it's
Never.
that, huh?
Like this whole story about like I wanted him to come to my room or some whatever he's putting out there, that's all a lie, y'all. Like that is not true.
Oh, I thought you might have been that one that got
Do you
away.
think he got like a crush on you? He attracted to you?
I mean, he said he wanted to destroy me from the inside out. I mean, and mind you, I just don't understand the hatred for me compared to everybody else. Like, why is it like AT2 is the one that I have to destroy?
You,
It makes no sense.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know what they got going on, but it seemed like it's deep.
Like, it's like, I don't understand why it's so
so it
much
goes.
hatred.
Let
Like,
me
I
ask
mean,
you
I've
this.
had people who didn't like me, but hatred? Like, I want to see you fail. I want to see you destroyed, tear you apart from
Okay,
the
okay.
inside out. Like, what the
Here's the question. Here's the question. Did the Sherelle World thing happen before y'all met?
No, that happened afterwards.
Okay. Did the She Diddy thing happen before y'all met?
Afterwards.
So we going back to the night y'all met. Somebody rocking, knocking the boots. Give me some good love. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not making sense. Like if it don't go back to the She Diddy thing, right? And it don't go back to the Sherelle World thing, then it goes back to that one night. That one night. Huh? As we lay, we forgot about tomorrow. As we lay. You know what I'm saying? She
Oh my
didn't have
god.
to carry on. She be killing it, don't she? In the second, in the minute, in the hour. As we lay. You said it. Maybe. I don't know if you go that way or not. Maybe he wanted some. Maybe he wanted some. Because I'm trying to figure out why he obsessed with me and still texting my phone. I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't even slang it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
Here's the
I'm trying to
thing. I
figure out
think I
why
think it's honestly a control thing. Like I
you
want to
think
be
so.
able to control you. And like when you give him like an inch, he tries to take it further. And so I want to be able to control the situation, and now that I can't control, even though like he never was able to control you, he feels like he had some kind of control.
Yeah, but that page is gone now. So he whatever control he had, he took it when he took that page. You feel me?
Right? Yeah, you're right about that.
Right? If he felt like that's the page that he grew, he went and made sure that page is no longer there. Fair is fair. Okay, boom. We should be good, right? But no, he talking about going over to TikTok.
It's
That
that
boy,
whole following thing too. I thought he used to just follow me. He also follows you too. I see.
I don't know what it is, man. That's why I say, man, ever since you came in my life has been in shambles, dude. And it's because of you. Ever since it's because of you. Every time I'm looking at it, I'm watching. He went and did the Maggie thing because of you, right? He ain't pop up
hmm
over on Maggie's today. He didn't. Did you go over to Maggie's today?
No,
I
I
stopped
I
over at
just
Maggie's.
heard about it, and so
I
when I
stopped
seen
up,
it was
but he popped
4 hours,
up
I was
over
like, I'm
here
not
because
watching
you
that.
over here. He popped up over here. Well, he did pop up over here yesterday, and you wasn't here yesterday. Maybe he really think that he's latching himself to people's energy and siphoning it.
I think that's what he wants to do.
But that would explain why he's looking so bad right now because he's not getting the energy that he wants. It's not turning out right for him. Why he looking so bad? Oh,
Yeah,
Clear Eyes is awesome. It has
yeah.
the
He not getting no
ingredients to
sleep.
moisturize. You better get you some Clear Eyes.
Yeah, he needs some sleep. That's what he needs. He needs some sleep.
You should see his face, man. My voice irritates him. When he hear my voice, his lip go up. He get all cringe when he hear my voice. It is funny. Like when he hear my voice, it's like, he's like an old Clear Eyes over there and getting on my nerves. Like, come on, bro. We don't even know each other. There's no possible way. You act like I pulled your hair and whispered sweet nothings in your ear. Come on, bro. Go ass up out of here. For real. My sister wives don't even act like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word. They just let me come and go. I'll be like, oh, I'm moving here. They'd be like, okay. You know, and then I
Yeah,
go.
he do seem to have a lot of emotions. Like I don't.
Right, right. He's attached himself to me in some sort of way, and I don't know why. And it's not me. Y'all can see it's not me. I can go hold a conversation with, you know what I mean, move on, whatever. Like people going, but him, like it's like he's like, you're not going anywhere. You belong to me. We're gonna be friends no matter what. Like what
Right.
the hell? Like, bro, he's like, but it's got to be on his terms though. Like if it's a makeup, the makeup got to be in his favor. Like now you're gonna come on my platform and say it was a big misunderstanding.
Oh, right. He'd be like, oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, that. And so like, what? Huh?
No, we're not doing none of that. It was what it was. That's it. He's
Yeah.
still mad.
Like, okay, we have no issue. Like, we don't need to talk about it and do this on publicly. And like, it's just weird. Like, yeah, you need to publicly say this and that. No,
Yeah,
like,
like where's the line at? Like if we agree to disagree, if we agree to let bygones be bygones, then that's what it is. We don't have to go, like he wants some type of like now tell the people that this what you said about me was not accurate. And like, bro, cut it out, bro. Your image is not that big out here in the world for you. You know what I'm saying? After all the stuff that you did on another platform and then what you did on the back, like, bro, cut it out, bro.
yeah,
People is not out here thinking highly in your favor for you to be worried about your image being tarnished that damn much. Like, cut it out, bro.
right. Well,
Like,
now that he's with Cheryl and Peril, you would think like that would be it. Like, he finally got a larger content creator under his wing, and now, he can get clout and stuff like that. Why are you still bothering us?
right. He should just be building and bouncing content off of, Sherelle and them, right?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Shit, go talk about that. I was gonna give him content, current things that people was talking about. When Charleston White got locked up, I was giving them the content. I'm like, bro, you could talk about that. When Charleston White got into it with the little young boy and they was
Hmm.
arguing online, and I was I I was sending him that, telling him, like, bro, here's something you could talk about right here. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to tell him, like, yo, what's moving, like what people is talking about, what's trending. I know that, if people wanted to, they could talk about the excess Tentacion thing. That should be circling back around with Drake. And why Kendrick Lamar was really mad. We can go back and break down the song and how in the song he was literally talking about the XX Tentacion thing when he said, let's play a game called Have You Ever. I'm trying to help him out and build. He should be doing that with Sherelle, bouncing content off of them. But no, he's sitting over there worried about what we doing. For what? I don't even
Mm-hmm.
worry about what I'm doing like that.
Right.
He swear a back end conversation is going on. I don't know nobody on the back end. Nobody doing that back end stuff but y'all. They
Right.
created this idea of troll farming and how they create something and now they scared by the same thing that they created.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
They talk about some, and they're doing money laundering. And no, that's what you doing, my boy.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of stories resurfacing,
Because he
like with the
knows,
Diddy
Hmm.
he
stuff.
knows, he knows, he knows,
Right. Can
he
you
knows what he
highlight
doing.
Empress comment?
You say hide it?
Highlight. Like put it
Oh,
up on the
highlight it.
screen.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not.
sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's true.
That makes sense. That makes sense because, it doesn't make sense for, it doesn't benefit them to attach themselves to him. It benefits him to attach themselves to them because then he can run around and, when he have his little tantrums, he can say, and I'm going to go talk to Sherry and Pharrell. I'm going to go talk to them. I'm going to go talk to the Fairy Odd
Right.
Parents. I'm
And
going to go talk
and
to.
right now they're trying to play it cool with that psycho. They're trying to play it cool so then he don't go off on them. Like that's what
Right,
what they're
right. Because
literally trying
he
to
keep on
do.
repeating that fallout. Like I know they waiting for us to. He keep on repeating it, so they probably like, come on, just come on.
Right, right. And here's the thing too. Um, I don't mind them playing the game as far as like, okay, we just need to be cool with him so he stops talking about us, right? Because that's what I used to think, right? If I just be cool with him, he'll stop. It doesn't work. But the thing is that y'all literally lied on me. So because you lied on me, I know that Fallout is going to be so sweet because he's going to reveal everything.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he created a narrative with me and them that wasn't even there. Like they liked the way that I, that spoke and everything like that. Unless they're a part of it. If they're a part of it, then cool. But I never had no problem with them. They probably don't even know the measures of what he was taking towards my page or him doing the text messaging and stuff on the back end. And if they do, hey, that's how they build content. However he operates is how he operates. However they operate is how they operate. I just think, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people think too, man, this is what y'all doing when y'all can have opportunities to actually help people. Y'all can actually have opportunities to help build, social media, right? When you're doing this, you can actually get more money, helping unify, right? I want to still look into the whole, the buying the land with the two trailers and putting some TikTok people in one house and some,
Mhm.
YouTube people in another house and building content, everybody contributing to the houses and then
Mm,
building content off of that with a Roku channel and so on and so forth. I think that would be a great direction as far as certain levels of unification. People keep
mm,
saying TikTok is going places, but TikTok can't be going nowhere if Walmart just now threw their name in the hat to buy TikTok. So obviously something's going on. And I think a lot of opportunity is available right now as far as content creation and streaming goes. The only problem
mm.
is people too busy thinking that the piece of the pie is small that they don't realize that it's actually enough for everybody.
Right.
Right.
Come up and see, I grew up in a household where my grandmom had 15 kids, my mom had 13 kids. I know what it's like to get that small
Oh
bowl of cereal
man.
in the morning that's got
Mm.
all the crumbs and shit in it. When you pour the milk in it, all it do is change the color of the milk,
It's
and
just
you
the
know what I'm
dust
talking about?
in the
Yeah,
bowl.
it's just all the dust and
It
shit.
ain't
I
no
know what it's like.
cereal pieces.
Man, I used to hate that shit. You ever start crying as soon as you see your bowl? Like you just start crying. You remember that when you was a kid? When soon as you now don't lie, because I know y'all remember this shit. Soon as you see the bowl or the plate, you just like ain't no I used to cry at oatmeal bowls, cereal bowls, get the burnt pot of rice I'm like, man, this some bullshit. And get
Yeah.
to the table
Tough.
before everybody else pick their plate.
Hmm.
Bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You fucked
And then
up.
like the little ones get to eat first, and the older ones you gotta eat last, and it don't be
You be
nothing
right
left.
there.
It's like,
You be
yo,
right there. Like, I don't even want to eat no more, man. Fuck that shit, man. How
yeah,
many
Damn.
how many of y'all did the huns and the shoots? How many of y'all when y'all cried, y'all was like, huh,
you
shoot, huh, shoot. It ain't
try to
matter
act like
what
you were
parent you
not
was with,
bothered.
you was wishing the
You
other parent was
devastated.
around. You was like, I wish I was with my dad. I wish I was with my mom. I wish I was at grandma's house. It don't matter where the fuck you was at. You was wishing you
Somewhere
was
else.
some. I wish I was just anywhere right now. Just shoot.
Then you
Yeah,
go
I
to
remember
school and
my
your
huns
friend,
and my shoot.
they got
Them
a whole
huns and them
nice
shoot.
breakfast. You be like
Hey,
looking at them like, ugh.
Hey, listen, you got to remember them huns and them shoots, man. Them huns
Yeah,
and them shoots.
the
Got
humble days.
right.
Hmm.
Now the reason why this is so important because what's the resolve? Like, what is the end goal? Like, it's got to be an end goal, right? There's no end goal.
No, there's no end goal.
Listen, man, we need to sit down with Sherelle, sit down with them, and figure out some type of. I mean, if they can do some type of idea piece when it comes to music and big rappers and beef in the industry and stuff like that, why can't we do like some type of sit down with streaming beef and just have it like some type of piece, something? What is we
Hmm.
doing here? Like, what the hell? You can't tell. I'm not about to walk around holding and harvesting feelings and emotions for people that I never even met in my real life. This shit weird.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
I
Right.
don't understand how they keep on arguing with people in the comments. I don't understand how every time they go live, they arguing with people in the comments. And look, yesterday somebody said Trevor Green, and Trevor Green, you're a respectable member of the, like, what? Trevor Green is another person with his opinions on what the fuck is going on. Trevor Green cannot give you a testament of what's going on with you and she Diddy, or she paint.
Right. I'm
You
all
know
like,
what I
who
mean?
the
Like,
but Trevor Green, that's a whole troll account because they're making fun of. You remember when Jag said Trevor
I
Green was the
know
person who
that's what
did it?
I'm saying, but he's
Yeah.
saying
So
Nasty
it
how is
work.
like,
this a
and
respectable
Trevor Green
person?
said that she was giving AT2 money in order to get to me. And what?
Nasty work.
That don't even make sense. Trevor Green says anything sometimes
He just cares if somebody says something in his favor.
that benefits him, right? And
Yeah.
I apologize, She Paints. I apologize for saying that because I don't want that, because I just hate that your name. I hate that's the title that people done heard for. You didn't even know. She didn't even know when I explained to her what She Diddy. She didn't even know what a She Diddy was. She didn't even know that was Idra English or whatever her name was.
Right.
What
Yeah.
she said,
Uh,
she didn't even know like that
but
was
other
attached
people
to
think it's Audria too. So that's
Audrey.
why I'll be
Yeah.
all like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything because some people think it's Audria, and I would hate for them to know that he's talking
Right. So
about
he
She Diddy
really,
because she
that's
doesn't
what I
deserve
mean.
that.
Like, think about that. He attached himself to the Diddy case by making it seem like he had She Diddy. And then when it came out, he turned it around and was like, I was talking about my own personal She Diddy. And then when it further came out, he tried to do the whole Ronnie had a She Diddy thing with the Lady T girl. And then when that came out, he tried to get Lady T to be his other She Diddy. And after she sent him $600, he turned on her too.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if y'all be up to
Wow.
date.
600 just because like
In like
wow.
2 days, she sent him 600 because she was sending him money to show him, like, and this the same person that used to send Ronnie money, Krishan's Ronnie, not Ronnie Bo, Krishan's Ronnie.
Yeah, Krishan's running. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is Krishan's Ronnie. So this is Lady T, Lady J, Lady whatever some whatever her name is. You know her because she texted you, didn't she?
She DM me, yeah.
Yeah, she wanted
But
to.
don't
Yeah,
worry, I blocked her so she can't
yeah.
communicate
So
no
she
more.
she did some whole, one over there and started supporting him for whatever reasons or whatever. So I don't know, whatever back end conversations they was having, he was spilling the beans on it when he was angry. He was like, and you think just because you sent me $600 that makes it okay that put yourself into my life and trying to keep on saying stuff, and I told you to fall back. I told you, because she came over here and I was like, wow, what made her come over here? Like, I don't know this lady from nothing. She came over here and I was like, how did you get involved? And she was like, I put myself in it. I was like, what? What? You did what? I could see why I'm involved. This dude used to call me back in December and talk about people that I never knew who they was. Like, when he used to call me and talk about you, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, he was like, yes, and we drove around and he was in a car, and I'm like, what? For real? I might have said some shit
It's funny
too.
because he always talks about the time we met. I try not to talk about that time.
That's why I'm saying that. Listen, when people talk to me, I take a grand understanding of what they saying, right? So when he talked to me, he was talking to me about when y'all first met and how, like, whatever took place that night, whether y'all was batting eyes at each other or whatever flirtatious moment y'all had, like he remembered.
Which
He
there was
remembered.
none, but okay.
I don't know if you let him rub your shoulder or if he, sometimes,
Bro,
sometimes,
and
oh,
AT2, I'm about to drop down, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all talk because I don't know about none of these things. But
nah, you stay
thanks
up
for
here
letting
so
me
your
come
name
talk
could
with
be in the
y'all.
middle of it too. If my platform got to be in the middle of it,
No.
you might as well stay up and have your name. Somebody's going to review this audio right here, and I don't want to be the only ones involved.
I'll be listening. I'm just gonna drop
I'll be
down.
listening. I'll be listening. Okay. All right.
Bye.
All right. That might be one of my sister wives right there. I'm not sure yet. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. I just said that in light of Mike and the way that they joke over there. But Golden is a very respectable person. She has a great heart. She's in it for, she's trying to figure out this whole thing like everybody else is.
Yeah.
When it
He
comes
has a
to
big
streaming.
heart.
Yeah. When it comes to like streaming and everything like that, everybody just trying to find that place where they can grow at and build at, and unify. It's so hard for us to create, that level of unity. And a lot of times we get frustrated, as a content creator. How many times have you made like a video and you just knew that video was the video? You like, that's the one right there. That's the one that's about to do the numbers, and then sometimes it disappoints. Sometimes it show up. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, you right about that. Yeah. It's a letdown. You feel like, damn, I thought this was gonna be the one that takes me to the next level.
Right,
It's usually the videos you least expect. Those are the ones that elevate you.
right. That's what I'm saying. And it's the ones that comes out of like organic and natural, responses or correlations. But in a sense of things that's happening right now, like everybody's searching for that next up for their platform, their next wave for their platform. And I think they got it misconstrued with the negativity. And I think at this point in all of this, I think everybody's tired of the negativity. I think, for the platforms that's starting to realize what it is that what they can do, I think they're coming into the realization like, you know what, this could be bigger. This could be more, you know? So
Right.
I think, those who are looking at it in a sense of like trying to find that new passion, that new outlet of unity, I think that's the direction that a lot of people, right? Because this is not about content creators. This is about people, right? You got a
Mm-hmm.
supply and demand. So as a content creator, all you're doing is trying to fish and see what the people are into, right?
Right.
And then once you find what the people are into, then you can pull them in with that. Well, and I don't know if you noticed, but the people seem to be into love. The people seem to be into, unification, acceptance. When we do all of this past judgment stuff, contradiction, stuff like that, I think it's like, the people are looking to stand behind content creators that stand for something because it's like they see themselves through us. So when they see you standing on different levels of integrity, they're like, that's somebody I can get behind. But when they see the flip flopping, it hurts them because it makes them think like, that's not me. I didn't do that. Like I was here for the, you know what I mean? Like I was rocking with them because they stood for something. I didn't know that they were about to do that. Like, so then you
Right.
lose numbers because your followers can't really like pinpoint which way you're gonna sway. And image and who you put yourself around is a lot right now. So it's like the people are searching for those who are, like they said, pure at heart, those who are true to what it is they say they true to. Not everybody can fight for themselves on these social medias, but we see things are moving to a more digital setting, if you would say. So, operation of currency is changing to a more digital setting. So if you ain't making a brand out of yourself, then what the hell is you doing? You
Right.
know? And I think we can go further together, you know, unify, or at least coming to an understanding of unity. And even if it is like this variation of beef, right? If we put together a house where people signed the contracts where they understood that it was just words, and then you had these different levels of battles and beefs in a house where you can get away with something like that, as long as it don't carry to that physical expectation of it, whatever, as long as
Right.
people abide by the rules of it, right? You can get away with something like that. You know what I mean? If people really understood it. And I think, people in the world will be more accessible to it if they knew it was a show. If they knew it was that, they would like it more, because they know they can tune in for that for entertainment purposes. Right now, it's like their feelings and stuff is being played with. You know what I mean?
You're right.
If we knew it was like a show like Love and Hip Hop or Real
Yeah.
Housewives of
I mean,
Atlanta,
it is a reality show.
it
That's
is
the
a
way people
reality
look
show,
at
but
it.
it's reality. It's our reality. Like, people don't know that this, like, it's people playing on other people's reality though. You know what I
Right.
mean? Altering, changing people's reality that don't know that it's for entertainment purposes only. People that's got their feelings and emotions involved with these characters, thinking that these characters are putting out different variations of truth, and it's really just a way to keep the traction of their page going. Now, if we wanted to do it properly, why not do it properly? Why not buy the house, set the cameras up in the house, link the cameras
Yeah.
to the computer feed, buy the Roku station for 120 something a month, stream it on Roku live 24 hours a day, let people argue and scream and bicker and do that, and then also still stream from their phones and computers in the house. And every now and again, you have some letter that slides up under the door that says that this event has to take place, who can bring in the money with this, and everything could just be online. You don't even have to leave the house unless you go on certain trips or whatever, and you can make an ass load of money out of something like that, billions of dollars off of something like that. People keep saying, like, how to go about it. Think about it. This can happen in multiple cities. Once you get the first one on, the first city up, they're gonna, like, other people gonna be like, oh shit. And then next thing you know, somebody's gonna come talk to you, because why? Controversy sells, right?
Right.
So if we already seeing all this online back and forth bickering that's going on with streamers, whether it be on TikTok or whether it be on YouTube, why not make a market around that, to where as though you create different variations of streamer houses where you monitoring the people that's beefing, and then you telling them, yo, you got an invitation to the house, you got an invitation to the house, and then each season you putting different people that's beefing on TikTok in the house, and then you get what I'm saying? Not
Yeah,
TikTok,
that
but
makes
YouTube
sense.
or any platform, YouTube, TikTok, they beefing all over. It's different
That's
variations of
true. On all
arguments, you know what I
platforms
mean?
they beef. It's just not
Yeah,
on
all
yeah,
platforms they
all
beefing in some
platforms.
sort of way. Like, that's what's selling right now. So why not create a whole, network out of it, or at least some sort of network around it, to where as though, people can tune in to, think about it. You got TMZ, right? TMZ keeping up with all the latest news and all of that stuff. But what network keeping up with all the latest beefs on all these different platforms, right? They on late Somebody could be like, on the latest news on YouTube, they're over there doing this and beefing about that. And over on TikTok, they're doing this, and so on and so forth. And let's not
Right.
forget Kick, where you can find all of it. If somebody gave you the latest news on all the streamers and platforms and stuff like that, if it was a news station that gave you that, I bet you people will watch it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right
And
about that.
even though it's not news to some people, people are gonna be like, that's not news, right? But at the same time, it is, because that's what people are paying attention to now. What's going on these platforms? What's going on TikTok with Ebony and and Deshaun, and what's going on with Kai Cenat and ISO Speed, and you got all these
Right.
streamers.
All
That's
these
who's
different
popular.
streamers.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's who's popular right now. You know what I mean? And then if you had somebody that's telling you like the upcoming streamers, so on and so forth, the beef that's going on, the good news that's going on. If you had a whole network that just, broke all of that down within an hour and a half, people would tune in. Like, people got to have the minds to want to create in order to, like, that's what's going to, people are looking to be inspired now. You get what I'm saying?
Right. I agree with you. Ralph, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down. My phone's getting ready to die. I gotta put it on the charger.
All right. You take it easy. You came over
Yeah.
and you did enough. You already gonna have her looking to see where you was talking about her at,
We
and
gonna
now
have a few people doing videos, trust me.
I already know. Like, man, what the hell? Like, yo. But listen though, in our retrospect, a lot of things are changing within all of it. So you got to make the best out of the good and the bad of it.
Right. I agree. I appreciate you having me on your platform. Thank you, Ralph.
Absolutely, man. You have a great one. Hey, let's learn a little bit. Let's learn a little bit. We got a little bit more time. Let's learn a little bit. Um, but good things is happening, bad things is happening. It's all about, because see, somebody gave titles to this stuff. To me, what is always was, always will be. So none of this stuff is neither nor good nor bad. But it did take place before. This is considered the Draco, or the serpent, one of the longest serpents in the sky in the constellation. Hercules hold the tail of this. So the story of Hercules, the story of the demigod, is one who came and became in control of the Kundalini, and the Kundalini rose. They write this and play this in Dragon Ball Z, different variations of things like that. You can see it everywhere, really, but a lot of people don't open their eyes to it. But let's get into this. This is the Draconian, and that's good. We got different variations of things. Yes, story time. Thank you. Appreciate you putting that up. So you got different variations of things that take place on this page. A little story time here and there. Every now and again, somebody might pop in, stop through. So you're going to get a different variations of things on this page. And let's not forget the merch. Okay. Let's not forget the merch. So if you get a chance, stop by the store, Atlas Family Store, get you some of the merch, get you something. Love to see some videos of people rocking it, wearing it, whatever the case may be. Love is love. Or if you get a blanket, snuggling up for a good Netflix and chill, hey, take a picture. I like to see it. Love is love. So yeah, so a little bit of knowledge coming through every now and again. For the people that's over on TikTok, you got to go follow on Energy of Atlas 111, or Energy of Atlas on YouTube. Is it 111 on YouTube? Energy Atlas and Energy Atlas 111. You might be able to find it looking up Ralph DaWise, or something like that. So let's get into this. Things are changing when we're talking about the Draconian constellation, right? We're talking about the Draconian part of the brain, right? Think about constellations as being different parts of the brain, right? So you're connecting the two, right? Constellations, different parts of the brain, dimensions of the brain is equal to constellations. So when you're talking about constellations, you're talking about different parts of the brain. The Draconian constellation is in the reptilian part of the brain, right? So that's how you should think about this, okay? Dracos, Draconian, reptilian, so on and so forth. So think about the energy coming from the Draconians or the Orions, that energy that's pushing in. This is why your parents, one's in the chat, if your parents ever told you, if you only knew what blew in the wind. Ones in the chat. If they told you if you only knew what blew in the wind, tell me. I know my grandma wasn't the only one, unless my unless I know the only Indians that was left. Like, tell me if your parents probably said if you only knew what blew in the wind.
Draco is a constellation in the far northern sky. Its name is Latin for dragon. Draco is circumpolar, that is, never setting, for many observers in the northern hemisphere. It was one of the 48 constellations listed by the 2nd century astronomer Ptolemy, and remains one of the 88 modern constellations today. The north pole of the ecliptic is in Draco. Draco can be seen all year from northern latitudes.
We're going to pause that right there because there was some important stuff that was said in that first paragraph. One of the important things that was said is it is one of the 48 constellations listed, right? So that means there's 48 constellations in the sky that we know of. Now, you only know of 12, the 12 zodiacs, right? But there's 48 constellations, but there's a total of 88 when you stretch it, right? So think of it in bands and waves, right? Think of it in waves like bands, like circles of bands, right? Now, the correlation to it is also connected to your brain, connected to your dome, right? So if there's a band wave of constellations in the sky of 88, then there's 88 dimensions inside the mind also, right? So think about everything happening in a wave from one center point, and one wave consists of 12. Then the next, when it goes out further, it's 24. Once it goes out further, it's 48. When it goes out further, it's 88. You get what I'm saying? So this is the map of the sky, right? And it can be said that it's also etched into our brain if one is to go that deeply into the understanding of oneself, according to the Mayans and the Ancans.
One of the deep sky objects in Draco is the Cat's Eye Nebula, NGC 6543, a planetary nebula approximately 3,000 light-years away that was discovered by English astronomer William Herschel in 1786. There are several faint galaxies in Draco, one of which is the lenticular galaxy NGC 5866, sometimes considered to be Messier 102. Another is the Draco Dwarf Galaxy, one of the least luminous galaxies with an absolute magnitude of -8.6 and a diameter of only about 3,500 light-years, discovered by Albert G. Wilson of Lowell Observatory in 1954. The Hercules, Corona Borealis Great Wall, the largest known structure in the universe, covers a part of the southern region of Draco. 1.
Boom.
Mythology.
Now, you see where the Hercules comes in at? This is where the Hercules comes in at. This is where the story of the mythologies comes in at. Hercules with the serpent, so on and so forth. This is where that comes in at. This is why it says Hercules will tame the beast and all of this other stuff. This is why Hercules is a part of that. This is why when certain things take place, we see an effect take place with the Borealis, right? We see this effect take place with the Borealis, right? Now, it is said that possibly this also is a connection to the northern and southern part of the brain, right? The same way that Moses, was it Moses? Hold on, let me get this right. Not Moses, I'm sorry. Isaiah? No. Who was it that ascended into heaven? And they seen the four corners of the heavens, and they met Jesus. It's from the Muslim book. He's seen Jesus there. He's seen Moses there. Okay. All right. I might have to go back and look. It escaped my mind for a second. All right. Let's listen real quick. Prophet Muhammad. It was the Prophet Muhammad. The Prophet Elijah Muhammad ascended into the heavens, and this is what he saw. He saw the 4
Dragons in Greek mythology that may have inspired the constellation's name include Ladon, the dragon who guarded the golden apples of the Hesperides. Hercules killed Ladon during his 12 labors. He was tasked with stealing the golden apples. The constellation of Hercules is depicted near Draco. In Greco-Roman legend, Draco was a dragon killed by the goddess Minerva and tossed into the sky upon his defeat. The dragon was one of the Gigantes, who battled the Olympic gods for 10 years. As Minerva threw the dragon, it became twisted on itself and froze at the cold north celestial pole before it could right itself. Sometimes, Draco is represented as the demon son of Gaia, named Typhon. Traditional Arabic astronomy does not depict a dragon in modern-day Draco, which is called the mother camels. Instead, 2 hyenas, represented by Eta Draconis and Zeta Draconis, are seen attacking a baby camel, a dim star near Beta Draconis, which is protected by 4 female camels, represented by Beta Draconis, Gamma Draconis, Nu Draconis, and Xi Draconis. The nomads who own the camels are camped nearby, represented by a cooking tripod composed of Upsilon, Tau, and Sigma Draconis. In some mythology, Draco had 100 magnificent heads, guarded the golden apple tree, and was put in the sky as a constellation for protecting the apples with valor. The constellation has been subject to many more myths, but ones that are obscure. The temples in Angkor are arranged to mimic star patterns, specifically the Draco constellation.
See? Now, the stuff that is, embedded in this goes back to different variations of cat hair lines, so on and so forth. Sumerian texts where they tell you that, the scientist Nun birthed mankind through her womb because man did not know, the gods at the time, Enki and Enlil, they had all types of heinous beasts and stuff that they had going on down here, and allegedly. So this is the beginning of how everything starts, and with the essence of how what is always was and always will be. We are just subjected to different variations of things that's taking place down here through the unification of 2 forces. Those 2 forces would be negative and positive, and we're the center of that negative and positive. Mankind generates a certain amount of energy that comes off of our vessel that allows different things to take place, and so on and so forth. So we are powerful beyond measures, but one is not, seeking for that. You're not moving towards that, uh, and that's just how it works. This whole thing, it's kind of weird because when you're looking at it, you can get lost in all of it. How these different variations of manipulation is taking place. On a surface level, you just looking at it as social media entertainment. You know what I mean? But when you look a little bit deeper, you'll see. Uh, why she keep tagging me in all these damn videos, man? Why? Is it because people keep saying Ralph DaWise, so you tagging me in all these videos so that way your name could pop up? Your name keep popping up. But people siphon the energy. I don't mind her tagging me though. I don't care if people. You can't do nothing about certain things. Only thing you could do is go with it. Love is love. Appreciate the recognition, and that's it. If somebody else is going to monetize off your name, you can't do nothing about. Well, you can do something about it, but I think it'd be easier just to let them go ahead and push it out there for you. Um, One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. However things work, they're the ones hurting. Listen, before you go, there's something you might not know. Did you know that hyenas could have one of 2 body parts? Like, for instance, a hyena can be a male for a certain period of time and then become a female for a certain period of time. Did you know that? So just a little bit of something, just in case you didn't know, just a little something that you might want to know. And also, the life expectancy of a fly is about 48 hours. Ain't that crazy? Flies don't have that long of a life. Flies be having short lives. They spend a lot of their time. Well, butterfly, the life expectancy of a butterfly is roughly around 48 to 72 hours. They spend a lot of their time in their cocoon stage. So, the life expectancy of a butterfly is not that long. It's not that long. All right. So, love is love. Namaste, Ashe, salutation, shalom, peace, you know. And look, we in this together, man. We got this. They can't do nothing. They not winning. They not winning. They only winning if we allow them to win. If you haven't heard that if somebody haven't told you that they love you today, let me be the first but not the last to tell you that I love you. All right. And remember, one's image of oneself should be greater than reality. So if you're not thinking highly of yourself, nobody else in this world is going to think highly of yourself. Just don't get too big headed like some of these other characters out here and think you everything. You supposed to be everything.
I mean, if we play Brad, I'll get him on big.
And remember, everything is everything. What is meant to be would be. After summer must come spring, and everything is everything. Okay? So, stay within the loving expectation of oneself.
My demons. Emergency. I just got out of surgery. I'm
Lock in, Atlas family. Y'all know where we gonna be at. We going to the Discord. Hey, make sure y'all check out the merch. Go ahead, hit that store up, right? Make sure y'all.
I'ma stay right here for this plastic.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm gonna put some links on the page and everything like that so people can have an easier way of getting around to this stuff, right? We got some more projects and stuff coming out, right? Don't forget to check out the crazy life.
I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper saved my life.
Let's smooth it out.
If you wanna leave shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out there? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by you killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, real talk. Hey. Fight my demon. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons.
I'm thinking about putting together Stop the Peace and Increase the Stream.
I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons. I'm on the ropes. They keep with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas on go. I'm niggas so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me and they choked. Gave them the ball and nigga they chose. Tables turn out, nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. No code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the compliment. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie yell at company.
We're gonna put some stuff together, man.
Don't wanna hear that shit. I gotta kill shit.
We waving in positivity for sure.
We not considerate. Niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit.
We're gonna make positive
don't give a fuck about a bystander. I can pull up in the Highlander. Don't take no slander.
We're gonna make positivity a thing. We're gonna make it cool to be positive.
Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down.
Y'all gotta go.
You do anything to get it, boy. You
traumas. Making money off people that's really hurting, traumatized. Nah, we done with y'all. We done with that. We moving in light. We moving in love. We moving in laughter. We better than that. We got the technology. We can rebuild ourselves. Let's go. We moving to a golden age.
Me against these demons.
We're gonna do it.
Against these demons.
Right. At least people will know it's entertainment if you put it together like that. But playing on people's feeling like this is wrong. It's not right. You lying to people. You know, y'all want to change? Let's change. Let's do it together.
Life encased in the idea that
Let's
my
do
evil
it
thoughts go
collectively.
unpunished.
I think the way they're going about it is all wrong. I think we'll be better. I think we'll accept it more if they gave it to us straight. One's in the chat. If they gave it to us straight, we'll accept it more, wouldn't it? Huh? We want things straight. We don't want nothing. We want, give it to us straight. Make sure y'all hit the Cash App or the PayPal. Right? Give it to us straight. Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Find peace.
Love is love, man. Y'all have a great one.